Going. Yeah, okay. Hi everyone, we're going to go for a little walk around my town and I'm going to show you a few places. My cameraman today is actually a classicist and historian, so hopefully he can help us out with some of the things that I don't know anything about at all. I know about the honeysuckle I'm standing next to. It smells absolutely amazing. So yeah, join me. Just going to go for a little sit down in the shade over here, and I'm just going to take you through some of what's going on in this view here because it's absolutely stunning. And there's lots and lots of historical things going on just in that area alone, so come and join me. Over there we have the water tower, there's Hasler Water Tower, and then if we go over to the left there's some boat sheds. What are the boat sheds for?
Well, the boat sheds were where the motor torpedo and the air sea rescue ran during the Battle of Britain, which then turned into the motor torpedo squadron that was HMS Hornet. And you can see the fueling jetty just slightly to the left of the sheds.
Over there in the foreground we have some boats that have rotten away and just been left there, and then just behind those are two really amazing little guard towers, and I'm just going to hand you over to my cameraman again so he can explain what they are.
Those towers follow the wall all the way around where the compound is on this side of the road that runs between there and Hasler Hospital, and those guard towers date from the Napoleonic era, and they were maintained all the way through Second World War as guard towers.
Going to go down to the foot of that bridge over there and we'll get a nice view of the marina and of the submarine over there, HMS Alliance. So come and join me.
For those of you that have watched our other videos, you might notice that I'm not making any noise with my flip-flops today.
Look at the sunshine!
In that case.
That a man sunbathing topless or a woman? I don't know, but like we've just seen two people over there making love in the park in front of everyone. Bless them.
It takes all sorts.
They look very happy. We're just walking down to the bridge. We're going to go around the back of the marina here, and there's some really, really gorgeous clapboard buildings that were put in there about 20 odd years ago, and then you'll see all the marina with all the posh boats and the yachts. It's really, really lovely. Look at this, how pretty. It's absolutely covered in bumblebees. Just quickly behind me here we can see the Trinity Church, the Spinnaker Tower and the Lipstick Tower. The Spinnaker and the Lipstick Tower are over in Gun Wharf, the other side of the water, but obviously they're so big you can see them from over here, and the church is just over there. And the organ from that church was played by Mozart, I believe.
I can't remember, we'll have a look when we get round there.
Yep.
However, if you would like to have a funny one, the buildings, the tower blocks, they're all now of a uniform colour and shades and actually look good again. What the council did before was everybody on each floor was allowed to vote on what colour they wanted, and it looked like a multicoloured mess for 20 years, but they repainted it all recently. Hilarious when you ask the community for some help. Anyway.
But they put up a new big fence to keep us paupers out. This is where the rich people keep their boats. Oh, there's a nice landy in there. Have you seen the landy? It's having a few issues at the moment.
Yeah, but it's a lovely short wheelbase 90-inch Series 3, which is really rather cool.
That's lovely, isn't it? Right, let's go around here. Oh wow, look.
I think we're all looking.
Look. Aren't they lovely? Look at the boat. Moving on. And there's a rib there. I've always wanted to do that. Perhaps if I get a chance to do it, I can film myself doing it and crapping myself.
Maybe I can cling on for dear life trying to film you instead.
What?
Maybe I can cling on for dear life trying to film you, because I doubt you can handle a camera and the rib.
No. Just have a little scan around here. What a day and what a view. It's really lovely because we've got the town and everything there, got the city next door, and then this is a nice, quiet, sleepy town. And I like it that way. Just walking around the back of the marina building. This is what's around the back, and one of those buildings there is a restaurant. It's really nice. And then we're just about to get to the bridge, and I'll show you that. Just stopping here quickly. There's a great big racing mast here.
Very out of date, old materials, but it's decorative and it protects the cars in the marina, I suppose. Just like the big security
all the
fence.
wildflowers around here. Look, we've got daisies everywhere. We've got corn flowers here. And yeah. Hibiscus. Do we know? That is stunning.
It's really lovely when they let them grow.
It really is, isn't it?
Maybe that's a tribute to Clarkson's farm.
All the bees. They're absolutely everywhere. It's really nice to see. I do feel like there are more bees around now than there were. I was just looking at this because we've got a really weird weed growing in the garden at the moment and we don't know what it is. And I've tried Google Lensing it and I'm convinced it's a buddleia, but they're not the same leaf shape, I don't think. And these are slightly fairy and the one in the garden isn't.
It's a mystery.
It really is. Oh, look at that. You just about see Hasler, and then you've got Hasler Bridge, and they do like a little one-way traffic thing. I used to ride my bike up that bridge all the time on the way to work, and most of the time it was fine, but it was really, really blowy and windy a lot of the time. When they had the original bridge over there, they actually referred to it no, I can't say it. Pneumonia Bridge. Did I get it right? Right, anyway, yeah. So, because it used to be bloody freezing up there, basically. Right, better get up now because my bum's burning. Oh, this one's still in flower. It's really pretty, isn't it? Even if it's a bit of a wasteland shrub. And this bit here is reclaimed land, So all of these have been put in as a sea defence. Hopefully it works.
Actually, the reclaimed land is
This
to
bit
the
here,
left.
where the restaurant is.
The sea.
Well, I kind of was referring to this area, but anyway, yeah. There's lots of other interesting boat things that go on there, but actually I prefer the restaurant, it's more me. Got a new restaurant coming.
Hence the building site.
Yep. I wonder what it's going to be like. Do you reckon we can get down that way if we go down that bit?
Yeah, it should be alright.
Yeah. Let's go down this little path. We'll take you down to the marina.
Along the side of Rampart Row.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome actually. I'll show you that in a minute. Just getting around this bit.
Oh, this bit's pretty atmospheric anyway.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? You can see the Lipstick Tower now that's over in Gunwall. I don't know if you're able to see that.
We'll get a better look when we get closer.
Yeah. We've got all the yacht masts. Come and have a look what's round this corner. You won't be disappointed. Ta-da! There's a Spinnaker Tower over there. You can just zoom in and have a look at that. Just over there we have the battlements, and they're absolutely covered in grass now and mud, so you can't actually see the original brick walls. But if you were to go inside it, I think it's shut at the moment, you'd actually be able to see a lot of the brickwork, which is absolutely amazing.
Well, it's like a lot of the Palmerston Folly forts. During the First and Second World Wars, they were covered in earthworks. So the brickwork is under there of the old fort, but it's preserved by the earthworks that were put in place to counteract the bigger shells that were coming over.
Yep.
So that's a quite important thing, and it is undergoing restoration, even though it's like just being looked after to make sure it stays up.
Yeah.
And then there's the lovely little Rampart Lake, which was actually a defensive moat.
Wow.
And then we'll walk over to the little bridge.
We're just going to nip over the little brown bridge over there. It's my bridge because it was built the same year that I was born. They used to have a little step on the side of it, which said the date, but they've taken it away when they refurbished it. But it's still my bridge, so come on. There's the morning glory there in the bushes. Right, this is really important actually, because all these bricks that have been laid down here, it was first put in during the Millennium, and it's called the Millennium Walk, and basically everyone in the town was able to buy one of these bricks and have their names put into them. These ones are still plain, so you can still have it done, and here we have some people's names. So they had to sign up to have them done, and this continues all the way down the stretch of the harbour. And if we look over there, we have what used to be referred to as a Millennium Tower, because it's supposed to be constructed around 2000, but it wasn't. It went over by a few years, so they now call it the Spinnaker Tower instead. So join me to come over the bridge, and then I'll show you what's over the other side. The little date plate used to be here, but they've changed all the wood now on this bit, although it still looks quite old. Just stopping here quickly because you can really see with the brickwork here that's exposed what the fort would have actually looked like before the earthworks were put up around it. And then also, could you just explain what that is inside there? I'm going to show you in a second. It's quite dark and scary, so follow me.
It's an access point for the soldiers to run into if they needed to use the gun embrasures from outside the fort, or conversely they can run from the inside and there's access to escape from the fort or defend the fort through these embrasures. And the bridge obviously wouldn't have been here because the moat would have been pointless if they built a bridge over it.
How would you be able to get out of? Quite scary. It's so beautiful here. I would like to have a little view around. Show everybody. You can see the submarine in the distance.
That's HMS Alliance at the museum. And over there to the left of it is the submarine qualification tower they used to use at HMS Dolphin before they could serve on submarines. And then obviously this is all new here. Hasler Marina is relatively new, now that the submarines don't live here anymore.
Protecting myself from the sun, it's really hot today.
Not exactly the height of fashion either, is it, darling?
Elegant, anything.
There is that.
Right, come on then.
Luckily my shirt covers the sun.
I'm really looking forward to a really nice latte now, so we're going to hurry up and do a little bit of what's going on over here, and then it's coffee time. Just going to hand you over to the cameraman now, and he can explain what's going on.
So what we're looking at here on the big block in front of you is what is now was called Blockhouse, sorry. And in the distance behind it are the ancient ramparts, which date back 400-500 years. Obviously they've been rebuilt at stages and reinforced. And as you look behind the lightship, you've got Spice Island that would be instantly recognisable still to the sailors that sailed on HMS Warrior, which we're looking at.
We're going to quickly describe what we can see here, and then it's really, really hot now, so we're going to go and head for a coffee shop. So let's just have a quick scan around. I'm guessing that you'll be able to tell me a little bit more about the Navy ships over there, since you're in the Navy as well.
I possibly could, but in this heat I think we'll just do the harbour a different day. We'll come and have a look another day when I'm not melting and the phone is able to be not so hot.
Right, come on then, let's go and get a coffee because it's baking. I would love to get a ride on that. Look, there are ribs everywhere. I'm really envious, I really want to go on one.